Guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my work schedule and how I manage my time. As many of you know, I sell on Amazon, and that is my top passive stream of income. That is how I make my money. That's how I've been able to basically build all the wealth that I have in my life. I've been able to buy homes, take lots of vacations, help out my family, do a lot of amazing things with the money that I've made from selling on Amazon. And at this point, I've been in this business for almost 5 years, and I really only spend about 4 hours a week on my Amazon business. So I want to give you a little bit of information on how I am able to run my Amazon business, run my e-learning business, which is all of my courses and my educational material, and how I kind of split up my time so that I can do everything without stress. So if you are interested in a little bit of time management and how I'm able to run my businesses and still be a mom and still travel and do all the things I need to do, stick around. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and consider subscribing to the channel. With that, please be careful of anyone who is trying to get you to buy anything from me. There are a lot of impersonators and scammers online, you guys. I know you know that, but I have had some people come to me recently and say that they have been being messaged by people pretending to be me. Even here in the comments on YouTube, sometimes they will make a whole profile, the same picture as me, and try to, trick you guys. I don't want you to fall for it. I don't want you to send any money to a stranger. If you are ever looking to have access to any of my programs or any of my trainings, you'll be able to do so by going straight to my website, learnwithabby.com, and all of that is legitimate. I will never try to get you to pay for anything through Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, anything like that is not how I do business. So that is not me. Please be careful. And with that, we're going to jump right into today's video. So I want to talk about things in order of what kind of takes up the most amount of my time. So at the very, very top of that list is going to be being a mom. I have a 3-year-old, and his dad and I actually are not together. So we co-parent our son, and our schedule is 1 week on, 1 week off. So I have my son for a week, his dad will have him for a week, and we just go back and forth that way. He gets even time with both parents, and it really works for us. So with that being said, that means that during the weeks where I have my son with me, that is all I'm focused on. I spend a lot of time with him. We do a lot of fun activities. We go to a lot of places. We spend a lot of time at the park. We play, and it's just incredible to see him grow and to just be able to be in a position to be so present in his life. I don't have to miss out on the important things. I get to go to every single baseball game, every soccer game. I don't have to miss anything that is important in his life, and I'm very grateful for that. So during those weeks, my schedule looks a lot different than it does on the weeks where I don't have him. So when I do not have him with me, normally I am traveling. So I live in Las Vegas. I spend a lot of time just going wherever I feel like, to be completely honest. This year alone, I have been to Cabo, I've been to Tulum, I've been to Turks and Caicos, I've been to Madrid, Barcelona, I've been to Honolulu, I've been just all over the place. And I do that during kind of my off time when my son isn't here. It works for my schedule because it gets me out of my city in Vegas, and there's a lot to do here, but I love to travel. So anyway, let me stop going off on my tangent. What I want to talk about is what my schedule looks like on either of those weeks. So the weeks where I have my son, his name is Jax, when I have him with me, he goes to school during the day, and that's really important for him, just socially, cognitively. It gives him structure to his day. So he is at school. Normally what will happen is in the morning on Monday, I will, depending on whether I have him or not, if I don't have him, I pick him up at the end of the day. So his dad drops him off to school, I pick him up after school, and that's how we kind of figure out the timing of it. But let's say that it's a week where I'm about to have him back with me. So during the day on Monday, I a lot of times will have a meeting with my social media manager. So I meet with her on Mondays. And then every other Monday, I meet with the students in my Amazon program. So we have 2 coaches, I'm one, and we have a peer coach who has been a part of my program for over 4 years. He makes incredible money on Amazon, and he runs the calls every other week. So that being said, whether or not it's a week that it's my turn, I will be meeting with my students on Mondays as well. So I'll just kind of be doing work on my computer. I will be looking at my ads on Amazon. That really doesn't take a lot of time. I would say about 30 minutes a day, maybe an hour if I really want to dig deep into some of the numbers and the datas and the campaigns. I might spend a little bit more time, but outside of that, normally it's about 30 minutes. How do I spend the rest of my time? I am doing things around the house. I take a lot of pride and a lot of joy in just, making my house into a home. And I've lived in this house for about a year. So I've been spending a lot of time on home kind of renovation projects, things like getting blinds put in, feature walls. I've been doing a lot of decorating, planning out landscaping, having my closet done, doing my son's room. There's just always something to do. And so I really like working on the house and kind of making it into what I always imagined it would be. Outside of that, I also do some social media content. I might record some reels. I might, record a YouTube video or something like that. Normally I record my YouTube videos in bulk, so I'll record multiple videos on one day and then they will just be kind of scheduled out on a weekly basis. So that is normally what my Mondays look like. I'll go and pick Jax up after school. We'll probably go to the park, come home, I'll make dinner, we'll play, hang out, and then get him down for bed for school the next morning. And then on Tuesdays, so Mondays are like my busy days normally. And I think that that's a huge blessing to even be able to say that my busy day is me making content and I have a meeting or two. It's nothing too crazy, and I'm very grateful for the fact that my businesses are very low stress at this point. And that's something for you all to look forward to if you are planning on starting a business, that yes, it will be work in the beginning, but it'll all pay off. You'll be able to take your foot off the gas and really enjoy, the business that you've built. So keep that in mind. If you're struggling to keep on going with your product research or anything like that, trust me, it gets easier, it gets better, and you'll be really grateful that you stuck with it later on. So normally on Tuesdays, I will meet with my business manager. She is not even in the US, she's overseas. And so we will meet in my afternoon, which is in the morning for her, where she's located in her time zone. And we will just go over different things like, making sure that all of the members of the program are taken care of, any plans that we have for the future in terms of what types of videos we're going to plan to put out, or website updates, or anything else pertaining to e-learning and the educational content and material that I work really hard to put out for you guys, whether it's the free content here on YouTube, the educational reels on Instagram or TikTok, and then also obviously through my step-by-step program. So I do spend a lot of time answering emails from my students and from the members in there who need second opinions on their products, who need maybe guidance on getting past a certain step. I'm constantly having conversations with the members. I'm in the Facebook group answering questions, giving advice, and just kind of making sure that everyone has the support that they need. So that is something that's ongoing. I do that every day. It's not just like one designated day of the week, because people have different issues or things that they need help with all throughout. So I try my best to make sure that I'm constantly doing that and being present for my students. And that's about it for Tuesdays as far as things that are scheduled. It's really just that meeting more than anything else. And I have a video editor who I will meet with sometimes on Tuesdays, but we have a pretty good system now where she kind of knows how I like things done, and we can basically communicate through Slack and text and not really have to have meetings every Tuesday. So Mondays, my busy day. Tuesdays, lighter. Wednesday, literally nothing is planned in a very structured way. I keep in my mind the things that I might want to work on. I might want to make content, but I might want to go to the spa. I might want to go shopping. I might want to do nothing and just like veg out on the couch all day. Every day is different. Every week is different. So it'll just kind of depend. But normally as well, when my son is with me, that is when I will go and do any of my beauty treatments. So if I'm getting my lashes filled in, or doing my nails, or getting a massage or anything like that, I normally do it when he's here, because I'm also here by default, if that makes sense. when it's a week where he's gone, I might have travel plans, so I wouldn't be able to, have my appointments and do what I need to do. So I will do that. And then Thursday and Friday, very much of the same. Sometimes I won't take him to school if I don't really have anything that I need to do. We'll just spend the day together. We'll go to the arcade or we'll go shopping. He likes to shop, but it's for like monster trucks and toys and things like that. So it's pretty cute. And then that's how we'll spend our days. Then on the weekends, I completely I don't work on the weekends. So if I have things that are urgent, normally on Friday, I will try to get to everything that I can. But then Saturday and Sunday, because I have him with me, I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to have to be on my phone. I don't want to have to feel like I have things I need to do. So that is just when I'm going to be spending my time with him. And we might go to some community event or swimming if it's the summertime, splash pad, things like that. Here in Vegas, it gets very hot, so you have to find things you can do that are fun, but also where you're not going to be outside in 110-degree weather. So we will do lots of things, but we're always together. Sometimes we have play dates with his best friends, and it's very, very adorable to see him play with, the kids that he's known since he was a baby. And I mean, he's basically a baby still. He's only 3, but the ones that he's known since he was like a year old or a couple months old. It's very sweet to see that. So that is how I will, kind of spend my weeks. I am with him. And then when I'm not with him, that is when I'm away. So normally if I'm going to travel somewhere, I don't really plan it too far in advance unless it's an international trip. So if I'm going to be going to Europe or somewhere that's going to be farther and a much longer flight, I will plan that out a couple of months in advance normally. But if I'm going to do a smaller trip, and to me a small trip is anything domestic, so I'm in Vegas, I'm going to Miami, I'm going to New York, I'm going to San Francisco, Chicago, whatever, that is a small trip to me. Also, what is a small trip to me would be something to Mexico or Hawaii, because they're kind of, anything like 5 hours or under is a small trip to me. So that is that. I might at the last minute decide I'm just going to go visit my sister in DC area, or I'm going to go to Mexico for fun, or I'm going to go to Hawaii for fun, whatever it is. I just feel like getting out, not being in town, that's what I will do. And normally I will try to plan that out at least like 2 weeks in advance so that the prices aren't too high for flights and for hotels. But I have had my moments where I've just like booked a flight to Atlanta the day before or 2 days before, even the day of. I'm notorious for a last minute flight. So it just kind of depends on what I feel like doing, where I feel like going, and what the weather is in the place where I'm going to. Vegas can get very hot, but right now during the fall is actually the best time to be in Vegas because the humidity is low and the weather is still like less than, 90 degrees sounds insane, but it's like, in the 80s, sometimes in the 70s. So it's really, really nice weather right now. So I'm not going to leave where I am with the great weather to go to a place where it's raining or that it's cold or it's hurricane season or whatever. So that's kind of how I plan my travel. I can definitely make more videos talking more about the specifics of how I plan my travel. For example, if I decide that I don't want to be in town next week when I don't have Jax, what do I think about? I think about the cities that I feel would be fun, that would have good food. So I might put Houston on my list. My best friend lives in Dallas. I might think about that. I used to live in Atlanta. I like the food over there. I might want to go to Miami. I might want to go, to all of these different places. Maybe I have a concert that I've been wanting to check out, so I might fly to the city and just go to the concert. I did that for Drake. And so, it's just really cool to be able to do what you want when you want to do it. I don't really have anything that holds me here when I don't have my son, so I really have a lot of freedom and flexibility to do what I want. That being said, there are some weeks when I don't have him where I decide to just stay in Vegas because there's nowhere I want to go, or I want to rest, or I have things I want to take care of here at the house. So it depends on what is going on, but a lot of it is very, very low stress. If I feel like something is too hard or it's like too complicated or too many things are coming up, I take it as a sign and that I'm not meant to go. So I'll just stay put. And It's been incredible. I would say that this past year of 2023 has been probably the best year of my life. I have traveled so much. I've been able to really strike that balance between work and running my businesses and, being a mom, being able to have my own social life, being able to date, being able to, support my family, be a good sister, be a good daughter, be a good friend. And I feel really good about the balance that I've been able to find, and I hope to continue that into 2024 and moving on. But I think the reason I'm in the position that I'm in is because I was able to really dedicate that time and that energy to building my business all those years ago, and I'm still enjoying and reaping the rewards from what I did when I was 25. Now that I am 30, I'm able to not have to check the prices for things. I'm able to travel, I'm able to treat people, and it is just amazing. Like I hate to sound like I'm maybe being cliche or whatever, but life is amazing, and I really want that for you, for anyone who is looking to start a business and, kind of live life on their own terms. You can absolutely do it. You deserve it. And it's really going to take the right planning, the dedication, the execution, and you can literally change your entire life in the next 6 months. My entire life changed from the time that I started doing Amazon research to the time that I launched was about 4 months. From the time that I launched to the time that I quit my job was literally 7 months. In 7 months, I went from working for someone else, being in the worst state in my entire life as far as my mental health, and just not happy, just miserable, no peace. I just felt incomplete and unfulfilled, and just any word that you can use to describe unhappy, that was me. And literally 7 months later, I was able to quit that job, a huge relief, a huge weight off of my shoulders. I was able to move to California, which has honestly the best weather in the entire US. I think everyone can agree with that. And I was able to, really start my life. I had my son, and that was a whole thing because it happened during the big C. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that was a lot, but I was just, even with that going on, I was so grateful that I had my business to fall back on, and money hasn't been something I've had to worry about literally for the last 4 years, I would say. That first year is like, you don't know if you're going to be able to keep up and if the money will continue to be consistent. But by year 2, when the coin was coming in, I'm making 10K and I'm 25, you know what I mean? It just got more and more exciting. And, 5 years later, I'm still able to sustain myself with this business that I built. So I want to encourage you and let you know that you can do it as well. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm really excited to see you guys in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye.